There is a grief that sits so heavy in the chest it feels impossible to breathe. Lately, that's where I've been living. It's the deep, consuming pain of a mother's heartbreak, a wound so profound it's difficult to speak about publicly. I withhold names and private details not because I am ashamed or embarrassed, but out of respect for others' privacy. And yet I know I am not alone. Many are silently moving through similar agonizing situations, often paralyzed by shame or fear of judgment. I must be clear, I am neither ashamed nor embarrassed. I have examined my actions, and I know this is not my fault. I have fought this battle by giving my absolute best. People who love me urge me to be happy, to simply let go and move on. Others tell me not to. That as a parent, I am not allowed to walk away entirely. I appreciate their advice, but they don't truly understand my heart. This isn't just about sadness or giving up. This is about an internal structure of love being violently torn down. For years, I have lived by the boundary of respecting my adult children's lives, staying out unless invited. Most of the time I honored that, even when every instinct screamed otherwise. But for 5 agonizing years, a constant, heavy demand has been placed on me. This has meant answering panicked phone calls in the dead of night, rushing to scenes of chaos, and enduring every manner of disrespect and cruelty. I have been a sounding board, a buffer, a rescuer, and yes, a scapegoat. Through it all, I kept pouring out love, seeking help, trying to set fragile boundaries and offering forgiveness until my well ran dry. Now I am simply gutted and depleted. My soul refuses to remain in this constant state of toxicity. The emotional and spiritual toll has become too high for my own life to sustain. The cost to my physical health from this constant stress has been extreme, and my husband fears I will die of a heart attack or stroke and leave him alone. I have come to the most heartbreaking decision of my life: to shut the door and go no contact. My mind frantically searches for an alternative, a way to manage this overwhelming tidal wave of grief. But I am out of solutions. I have done everything, tried everything, and I am all talked out. I have begged them to get help, and they refuse. In this process, I have been vilified, my character attacked to justify their decisions and avoid accountability. I accept even that false narrative. I can take the blame if it means I can step away and breathe. The unbearable cost of this act of self-preservation is the loss of connection with 3 of my precious grandchildren, whom I love with every fiber of my being. The loss is a physical ache, but there is nothing left I can do. It is brutal. This is the core of the agony, and it's critical I express it. This post is not an attempt to cast myself as a victim. It is simply my truth, sharing my piece of this complex and agonizing journey. The pain of a mother is unique. It's the sheer terror of powerlessness. For years, my role has been to stand on the edge, helplessly watching one of my children choose to jump off a cliff, while simultaneously burning their entire life down. As a mother, you are instinctively wired to save. You are told to observe the ruin of a life you brought into the world, and any attempt to intervene is met with resistance, anger, and further pain. This decision to step away is not a reflection of a lack of love. It is the final necessary act of a person choosing to survive. It is a brutal form of love that protects the one life I still have the power to save, my own. And in doing so, I pray one day to be strong enough to offer help again, if and when that day comes. I need to name another emotion that is part of this grief, one often tucked away in shame: rage. The frustration of watching someone you love actively destroy themselves in your attempts to help can generate a blinding fury. There are moments when the helplessness is so acute you want to shake them, not out of malice but from the sheer fury of powerlessness. It is the primal scream of a mother who has given everything and is met with refusal. That anger, that frustration, is a legitimate stage of this horrific grieving process. Feel it, acknowledge it, and release it. It is simply the energy of your frustrated love. I want to be transparent. I feel sadness, but I also have profound faith in God. This journey has taught me a hard truth. Life is full of trials and tribulations. A strong faith does not automatically spare you from walking directly through the fire. Pain is still pain, grief is still grief. But the courage to move forward is supplied by that faith. It's the deep knowing that even though I am not in control of this shattering situation, He sees the greater good and is at work, even here. I am learning to genuinely let go, not out of indifference but out of trust. I am still hurting and trying my best every day. It is not easy. But this painful process is now a necessary part of my journey toward healing.